Right. Well, hope there's a bit of sound. Haven't changed any settings, so I think it should be fine. Right, so today's task, I guess, is is that camera even working? Yeah, it's working. I was looking at the wrong screen. So today's task is I'm going to I need to give Arik TFMSX to do some testing with, and I also want to do the hardcore. Want to do the hardcore CPLD stuff, so Ollie can build one of his own. So I have two TFMSX Rev 2s. I'm going to put an ARM and a CPLD on one, flash them, and call it a day at that, so that Ollie can finish it off himself. And then I'll do an ARM and a CPLD, and I'll build the rest of this for Arik. In total, there were 5 in the first batch. 2 are going to go to Goose. One of the ones that's going to Goose has got a home already, and you guys will find out about that in a little bit. But so Goose will get one for testing. He's doing some case stuff for this. So and then so one for Arik because he's the firmware guy. One for Ollie because it's kind of, well, he's kind of responsible, and he's got some things I want him to. He's kind of a good tester. In this respect, he wouldn't say he's kind of a good tester. He's pretty good at finding things that are wrong with stuff. So, yeah. So, and then I wasn't going to put this on stream, but I have to do this. I have to do this either tonight or tomorrow, or I have to do this over either tonight and tomorrow. So, I thought I might as well stream, and you guys can watch or you cannot watch, and I can yap and. I can yap away, and you guys can slag me off and all the rest of the stuff that you usually do while I'm doing this stuff. So let's get into it. So I'm going to put a CPLD on this guy and some Banjo Guy Ollie in the background since I'm doing something for him, and hopefully I can persuade my microscope to work. Oh, it's always a lottery. Let's see how we go. But feel free to ask questions. All the rest of it while I get on with this stuff. Iconic Bits can hear. That's fantastic. Well, I don't think I've seen Iconic Bits in the chat before, so welcome to the chat, Iconic Bits. Sorry while I get my SH1T together here. Let's see if I can get the microscope to actually work. Ah, you're kidding me. Come on. Okay, that looks good. Let's. Ah, there we go. There we go. It always needs a wee bit of a sort of persuasion the first time I start using it, so. Okay, so the first job is to get some microscope. Sorry, get the CPLD on. Try not to screw it up too badly, and then confirm that I can program it. Give it to Ollie. So I've got basically these 3 jobs to do that I need to do before kind of Wednesday, so I thought I might as well stream it. Why not? Why not, indeed. You've got a 1200 with a USB charge port that's haunted. I see. Not broken, but haunted. I see. Well, that sounds like a barrel full of laughs without the laughs of the barrel. So I'm still getting everything just nicely set up. There we go. This 1200 have no working floppy, and I swapped every component that touches floppy. Still no go. Did you try the PSU? Sounds to me like it must be power supply, yeah? When all else fails, it's probably the power supply. When you don't know what you're doing, it's probably the power supply. That's all I'm trying to say. PSU, it must be. So I'm shamelessly ripping off Ollie's music again, but he can beat me up when I turn up at his house on Friday. You can say, you're a band. You're, yeah. 3 viewers. This is pretty much what I expect usually when I'm doing stuff. I don't really expect more than 3 people to be interested in what I'm doing, but okay. Okay, let's have a quick look around. That looks not the best, but it's probably down to bend pen. No, I'm just ever so slightly skew off on this, but it's not too bad. I mean, it's in the scheme of things, it's fine. You wanted to go. You were thinking of going live when soldering Re-Amigas this weekend. Well, I don't know what these are. Are these TFMSX? I guess what I'm trying to do is let people know I'm going to start streaming more now, and then I'll come around to doing firmware work on the. I honestly think firmware work though is so feckin' boring to watch. People find I know people find soldering quite soothing and relaxing. You know, there's a bit of an ASMR to it, but firmware work, that's just I mean, even I mean, I'm doing it and I find it hell, so I don't think anyone would find that interesting, but if you do, leave a comment. I just find it to be, that's the meat of the work of doing a board. For me, I mean, I know that the lads like Super Duper, Alan Marks, all these guys are there. They find it. They do all the really hard work, shipping out and building to order and all that sort of stuff. But for me, it's like I can stop once the firmware is done and working. Daniel Anthony, welcome to the chat. Welcome to the chat. What are you guilty of? I can't. I think we may. There may be a wee bit of lag involved here in it. I mean, I'm sure I'm guilty of something, but anyway. Oh, thank you, Daniel. You're happy you found my channel. My channel is, well, my channel had a lot more subscribers once upon a time, but I got very angry with people being entitled. So I went, I deleted. And we're back to scratch again, but honestly, as long as it's the people who are actually genuinely interested watching, I don't care what the subscriber count is. You know, as long as somebody can get something out of it. I find it annoying to solder. Yeah, you have to be a bit more. Like I would normally solder over here and here, but then you can just solder. Soldering under the camera is a bit more difficult. Yeah, you've got to keep the bit that you're working on in shot, I guess. We're going to use the proper amount of flux. I'm not sure what gods I've angered this year, but I'm extremely busy. After a couple of years of quiet, I'm getting into extremely busy territory this year. So this weekend I'm away to see Ollie to pick up a Sega Rally sit down. The weekend after that I'm away to Oban to work on a boat that I've owned since about 2005. The weekend after that think I've got a weekend off, maybe. And the weekend after that, I'm at revision. A couple of weekends after that, and I'm going to the States, I think. I'm going to try and hook up with Amiga Bill. Oh, that pin's raised. Let me find some desoldering braid, because I've made a mess of that. There must be some here somewhere. Ah, here we go. Good wick. Oh no, this isn't the good stuff. This is bad wick. Or just normal wick. Yeah, so one of my techniques for getting all of the solder bridges away is to wick every last bit of solder off my iron. Loads of flux around. Okay, should actually put some flux on there. Wow, I put loads of solder on there. Sweet mercy. That's a lot of solder. Could start a cable factory with that. Yeah, I'm really suspicious of that third pin in. I'm not sure that's actually soldered. Yeah, these are really... Yeah, that's what happens when you buy, yeah, poke it with the tweezers. Yeah, I'm just gonna... I think some of these are alright now. Oh, what's happened to the lighting? Sorry. think that's all right now. Space of that one there, because it's a different colour. It's actually okay. Hey Gadget, how's it going? So, I think that's CPLD done. I'll put an arm on here. I'll see how happy I am with the each board, and then one will go to Arik. One will get fully built and go to Arik. One will get left as is and go to Vandragai Ollie. Iconic bits, how are you doing? Behold an STM32. Right. Again, we just use the proper amount of flux. Oh, 6 concurrent viewers for a Monday night, not bad. So the dungeon project continues. It's I'm putting together a sort of part 2 on it. Part 2 video. So these TFMSX videos, what I plan to do is edit them. So the live videos is edit them down into one single coherent video and show how, you know, with various bits showing the process that you would go through to build it. I'm basically capturing B-roll right now, but opening myself up to chat. Chat if you wish. Except Chucky, he's not allowed to chat. He abuses me on WhatsApp most of the day anyway, so there we go. You're here for fire. When have we had fire? When have we ever had fire? There we go. How's that? That was, you know what, on a stick. As usual, to be disappointed. I'm not ever doing anything that complicated, to be honest. I'm usually moderately sober, so. Terrible fire just ahead. Well, as I've said to several people, If I'd thought anybody would have ever bought anything of mine that I'd ever did, or that anybody would pay any attention to me at all, do you think I would have called myself Terrible Fire? No, it's a stupid name. But now it's my brand and I'm stuck with it, so there we go. It's terrible because there's no fire. Yes, I know. I have a couple of fires in this house, but they're moderately well contained in stoves type fires. Sorry to say. Sorry to disappoint, Chucky. I think I see a solder bridge in there. What do you think? Might be the light. Is that not? Terrible Fire Airlines. Yeah, people would definitely... You know, you'd call yourself Terrible Fire Airlines if you didn't want any passengers, right? Which is kind of what I did originally. You know, I was having a bit of fun. I'm a bit of a pyromaniac. So I called myself Terrible Fire. Why not? Who the hell knew that, you know, like 6-7 years later, like that would be the that would be the brand of choice for a media accelerator, or at least it would be in the top 3. You know, it's like, oh, jeez. TFA. TFA Airlines. Yeah, that would work. So I kind of signed up today, or at least I registered an interest in doing a little course in Boston at the beginning of May, where basically a couple of years back I got a pilot's license which lets me fly in cloud and continue to fly in cloud right down until I get to about 200 feet off the ground, and then, you know, if I don't see the ground I have to go mist or whatever, or land if I do see the ground. So and I've never actually done it in anger, I've only done it in the sort of training situations. So I've signed up to a course to get me to the point where I actually go and fly myself on my own in a sort of, I have to land myself, bring myself down through the clouds or I'm dead type situation. So yeah. Dave Paul Jones, hey oh. Everybody just wants to see a terrible fire. Just this one time, you know, just one time a terrible fire. No, I don't want a fire. I was just joking. I didn't mean it. Right, I think that's quite close, if not good enough for sending to Ollie. I will do another one, and if this one's better, I'll do it. Give this one to Ollie, and if not, 3 diodes fixes 3 diodes and a short on the 3.3 volt wheel, and you've got a fire. You had a terrible fire with a floppy disk controller. Wow. Wow. Or sorry, floppy disk drive. Wow. Impressive. Most impressive. Oh, you're at ex US Army avionics and love anything aviation. Yeah, me too. I'm a... In 2018 I did my instrument rating. In 2020 I did my commercial pilot's license in the US, just because I didn't like to waste money. That's what my wife thinks anyway. I like to waste money. But I come back with a huge smile on my face, so I cannot... Yeah, she can't argue with that. Yeah, Gadget meet Chucky. He's in a he's in floppy disk controller hell. There we go. Oh, magic smoke. So you let the terrible fire out. Excellent, Smithers. Excellent. Well, Gadget, if you and Ollie, if Ollie's got anything he wants to give you, or you want to send anything to Ollie, or I don't know, whatever, I'm going to be there on Friday, so I can pick up stuff and post it back when I get posted within the UK when I get here if you want. I expect my customs bill is going to be large. Yeah, it's usually diodes that go on fire, isn't it, Gadget? Oh, God almighty. Oh. No, I think I've done it right, actually. Arm should be that way, right? Yeah. I'm bringing some Ataris over for the Hoff. For Hoffman, so an Atari 800 XL from Ollie going to Hoff, so yeah, if there's anything between you and Ollie that you want, just organise it. Have him discreetly shove it in the van, and I'm going over with the van on Friday, so it's a long drive. Right, that's that. And now one more. I have a fairly hard time limit on this tonight, so I think about 20 past 9 I have to pack it in, so I need to find out what the story with getting more CPLDs is from Chucky, because I'm only down to my last 5 or 6 now. Hey Duncan, how's it going? Are you in the UK at the moment, Duncan, or are you in Australia? "35 years in electronics, can't solder." Honestly, oh man, everybody here will tell you the same thing. It really is the microscope that makes all the difference. Once you got a microscope, it changes your world. In Glasgow. Alright, good man. I think Rob's planning on a meet soon, so keep your ear to the ground. Right, some pins on this guy that's I honestly do find it quite easy once you got a microscope and flux. Without those two things, it's an absolute boy. I wouldn't even want to attempt it without. I mean, I could go way more over the top on this, but well, we had one at mine, Duncan, at in November, but I think Rob moved house, so it's been, you know, a bit like that. He moved over to the other side. He's literally jumped over my house, gone from being a mile one side to being a mile the other. So all right. You're still next to the dump, man. So yeah. I thought I found you in the dump, man. I could have sworn I found you in the dump. Alright, thank you for joining, Anthony Daniel. Have a good day. Have a good day at work. I'm a wee bit out of practice on these CPLDs, but not massively. Dum-de-dum. Oh, you don't, Duncan. You don't wish you had soldering jobs, because every bugger asks you to fix their monitor for them, or whatever. I literally only learned to solder so I could put my own boards together. Really hadn't done masses of soldering before that. Right. I'll do you a flyback, Duncan, if you bring a monitor that's not working. But I'm no touching the working monitor. that's just a no-no. I'm not touching something that's working. I'll end up breaking it. Right, let's kind of summarize what we've done. So that's the two, a CPLD and an arm on both of those boards. I guess I need to figure out what I want to do next with them. I think the one I just did, I was less happy with it, so I'm going to put the Z80 on it, and I'll then give it to Arik, and I'll give the one I'm slightly more happy with to Ollie, because I know Arik can sort out a bad bit of soldering, whereas Ollie isn't so good on the surface mount stuff. He doesn't have a microscope and stuff, so. Right, so time for a Z80. I managed to bend a bloody pin, pulling it out of the thing. Right. Yeah, I'm not putting that on camera. That was stupid. I hit through hole. So Z80. Just double check it's actually the right orientation. It is. In we go with the Z80. I can actually zoom that that. I wonder if I can zoom that camera. Yeah, I think so. At least a little bit anyway. Nope, that's as much zoom as we're getting. Okay. I don't really need any, even with my terrible eyes, I don't need magnification on this. I'll put a wee bit of flux on it just. There we go. Gosh, it's quiet tonight. Usually people are like, what's happened to this board? What's happened to that board? Why is it not on fire? Well, there's a wee bit of note on why is it not on fire, to be fair. I can start with the negative. Yeah, on you go. Retardable graphics? What? Retardable graphics? What? You know RTG? What's happened to this board? What's happened to that board? Hey Leo, how's it going? God, there's so many boards I want to do, so many things I want to do. Going a bit crazy with. Just wanted to get a couple of things off the table, finished. You're just giving me what I know. An A1200 ITX. Right, Z80 in, because, I'm usually doing 68,000 stuff. I think if I had an itch to if I had an itch for anything to do after Amigas, it's an X68000 clone. I may end up having to do that. I'm just saying, it just might become the law. Hey Eric, this is your board I'm building. So, yeah, don't distract me too much. I'm going to go into the mic. That's just such a fine pitch, and the lighting in here is terrible. I'm going to switch to the microscope. New line. Fix the typo. So we got Gadget UK Goose. So we get a fair list of collaborators on this one. Fair list of collaborators. Goose did a whole load of stuff to do with physical measurements. Gadget did a whole load of testing on the VDPs and the and all that sort of stuff. Oh, that was just torture for him, but he loved it really. Nobody really knows who Mad Hacker is, but he did a lot of the board sort of sanity stuff. Acid trap stuff. Made the board better to manufacture. Just did a review before I did the last revision. Eric did the firmware, so without him this board would not at all be possible. Like, well, it would boot, but it wouldn't be able to do anything. There's been a fair bit of collaboration with people on this one. Somewhat too bad you have no love for them. Well, I don't blame you, but I also think, well, why not? It's a new something to art about with. I mean, at least it's not an Atari ST, right? What happened to the Buffy? The Buffy is with Rennie. She's still working on it, as far as I'm aware. So that's that. So what do we need left to get it to boot? I'll put the Yamaha filthy. We got about 10 minutes left and then I have to pack it in for the night. But well, the Buffy thing gave me an excuse to do the TF1200, which was hilarious. It's quite amusing for me, really. God, I need to buy solder by that. What do you buy for solder, John? Chucky, I mean, what do you buy in terms of solder? Because this stuff is just gorgeous, but I'm going through it like meters of it. Just even on something like this MSX. There we go. The TF1200 was a card that let you plug a plain 68,000 into a plain 68,000 into a 1200. Don't ask me why it was, but it was just fun. Right, so we're getting there with our export. I think we need the VRAM next, and judging by the time, I'm just going to pack it in for tonight. But I need a Yamaha, another Yamaha, and probably the VDP and the VDP and the video port and a power supply, and we'll be done. So I will pick up that tomorrow night. I just wanted to make a little bit of progress today. God, I'm just doing lots of juggling, lots of little bits and pieces. I'm supposed to have a face cam. I might get another camera and have it up here and make it point at me. But you know, I suppose just because you know, I haven't already, but it's kind of fully working now. Very happy with it. Oh, and the jumpers. I put these jumpers on at the weekend. They let you select the ROMs, so cool. I guess I'll come back again tomorrow, finish off one of those MSXs, and hopefully we'll get the one fired off to Arik at some point, either Wednesday morning, and then get that fired off to Arik on Wednesday morning, and then I'll take one with me to Ollie's, and I'll send the other 2 spares over to Goose. One of them is going to Neil, I think, and one of them is going to Goose himself. So, all right, folks. Thank you for watching. It wasn't a very exciting stream. You know, generally speaking, probably one of the least exciting streams I've ever done. Do you have debug serial on the arm? Yes, we do. Same as the original Rev 1, I think. No, that one didn't. Okay, now I do now, yeah. 4060, 4060. Once the MSX is out of the way, 4060 is next. Trust me. And I'll be doing an hour. I'll do an hour streaming 3 nights a week until we get it sorted, okay? But I'm going to get the low-hanging fruit out of here so I can get the low-hanging fruit out of here so I can focus on the bigger problems. And then we can get it all finished. Bit at a time. A little bit every day. Alright, thank you all for watching. Take care and have a good one.